Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Ginika.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. That was a brilliant interview you guys had earlier. Good morning, Ayo. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great.
Looking lovely.
Thank you.
Love your hair pulled back.
You.
Good morning, Rufai. How are you this morning? Hope you had a great weekend. How are you?
Doing all right.
Well, all right. All right, well, good morning to you viewers. Let's begin what's trending. It's just 3 days to the planned nationwide protest, slated for August 1st, as several groups continue to mobilize. The daughter of the president, Folasade Tinubu-Ojo, who is the Iyaloja-general of Lagos, has asked traders in Lagos to deter their children from joining the protest. Tinubu-Ojo over the weekend urged the market women to ensure that their children stay at home, adding that the state government has made significant progress in enriching the lives of the people. She cited the NSAS protest, saying that people are yet to recover from the losses incurred during the 2020 protest. Let's take a look.
Then ẹ jẹ́ ká tún wá sọ fúnra wa, ká sọ fún àwọn ọmọ wa ńlé, ká sọ fún àwọn family wa pé kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ protest. Àfọgbọ́n bàálù jẹ́ ni. Ẹ wo ìtàn ṣe ní ìtó kọjá. Ẹ wo gbogbo nǹkan ribiribi tíjọba ṣe tí wọ́n lọ dáná sun. Ẹ rí pé àwa náà ń bá jà, àwa là ń fara wa sẹ́yìn. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí nítorí pé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kan kówó fáwọn kan pé kí wọ́n lọ jà. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ wa kan torí ìbọn kan forí jóná kí wọ́n wá Shoprite tó wà ládé nínú Ògúnsànyà, èyí tó wà ní Ṣàngótẹ̀dó, tó wà ní Lẹ́kí, àwọn ọlọ́jà tí wọ́n fara kọ́ ń bẹ̀ ṣé wọ́n ti dìde padà? Àwọn ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀, ká bá àwọn ọmọ wa sọ̀rọ̀. There is nothing like a protest in Lagos State because the government of Lagos State is making us proud.
Well, all right, Rufai, you're laughing. Iyaloja-general has given her warning, but she also said that, you know, the government of Lagos State is making us proud, and I know that you can attest to that, right? I mean, but people are asking. We had Inibehe Efyong on the show yesterday. He made a lot of points, and he was like, now we have the office of the first daughter. But okay, it's within her right as the Iyaloja-general of Lagos to make those statements, right? She is, I mean, to the traders. She was talking to the traders. It's within her rights. Well, in Lagos State, they are making us proud, like she says. Well, bags of rice recently distributed by the federal government have been seen in a video now making rounds on social media, being rebagged for commercial sale in Kogi State. Let's take a look.
And they are changing it and share it to the market. They are changing it not for sale. And now they are changing it to another bag. They wanted to sell it in the market. But we hijacked them here that they will not take the food out until they share the food to the people that are supposed to be. And the person said it that he have the allocation from Ministry of Agri. Please, I want you to come to our aid. We want you to come to our aid. This is what they are doing. Tomorrow they say government. This is not for sale. Federal government assists food. Please come to our aid.
All right, Rufai, over to you. Let's begin with the Iyaloja-general. But you see, this is the reason why people will want to go out and protest. Federal government has done their job, right? They have distributed the rice. They said they were going to distribute 20 bags. And now we are seeing in Kogi State. Kogi State, you know why I emphasize Kogi State, right? Over to you with the Iyaloja-general of Nigeria. No, of Lagos.
Of Lagos.
Of Lagos.
Okay. Because the traders in Edo told that I don't know be Lagos, so she can't.
Do you remember that? Oh, yeah, we had that story.
So a couple of things. She has a right to say anything she wants. That's her opinion. But also, I would like to tell her to please take a message to her father for us. Dear Iyaloja, Ibin Pawa, people are hungry. You saw the report the other day. 100 tubers of yam, 1 million naira. How much was it 12 years ago? And you see, let's stop tying this NSAS protest because the perpetrators of the violence were people that came out of cars by the states when Femi Falana was saying it. And please, the Protest was successful and peaceful until the violence perpetrators started. So, Iyaloja, Gari ti wọ́n, tell your father that people are very hungry, that spaghetti is so difficult to get. Le jeshumo, we can't eat yam again. We can't eat rice again. Beans is over 100k, abi per bag.
Yeah, 50 kg.
Food is so expensive. There's no 20 naira meat again. Things are difficult for the people. What have you been able to do for the people? What has your father been able to do? Speaking of Iyalojas, I know one Iyaloja that I love so much. I will mention her name today.
Go ahead.
Alimotu-Pelewura. That great Iyaloja that stood by Herbert Macaulay when the people of Nigeria and Lagos were suffering. I invoke Alimotu-Pelewura's spirit. This was the woman that reduced the price of food when things were difficult in the market in Lagos.
All right. Well, Ayo, before I come to you, we're talking about these palliatives and measures to curtail this protest. I mean, that's really the main point, because it says end bad governance. In the meantime, the media advisor to the president, Ajuri Ngelale, during a live television interview on Sunday, declared that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not opposed to peaceful protests in the country, while assuring Nigerians that Tinubu is committed to putting the country on a sound economic footing, despite the challenges he inherited from the past administration. Ngelale reeled out the administration's achievements to include single-digit interest rate credit facilities for over 1 million micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, road reconstruction across the country, as well as seaport reconstruction, the National Student Loan Program, Consumer Credit Program, and the increase in national minimum wage, stressing that these initiatives will make a positive impact on the livelihood of citizens. I mean, Ngelale acknowledged that some of these efforts might not, be immediately visible, and assure the administration that, they are working tirelessly to create a prosperous future for Nigerians. But I mean, these measures, are they enough? A lot of Nigerians have questioned those measures.
That's the big question, Oji. Are these measures enough? The truth is that now we are seeing the spokesperson of the president coming out to now highlight some of the achievements or the measures that the president has made in order to meet the needs of the people, especially this cry about hunger and poverty. But it doesn't seem like we have seen the beneficiaries. Yes, I agree with him. Some of these measures are more medium term to long term before we see, the impact of these measures. But the immediate is what people are crying about. The fact that people cannot buy food in the market because the prices are too high, therefore nullifying the increase in the national minimum wage, because the 70,000 naira, you can't take it to the market and buy anything substantial. That is the challenge that people are saying. It's not just about the increase in national minimum wage. It is that the purchasing power of the people is good enough to have 70,000 naira to take home and be able to look after yourself and your family. Now, going back to Iyaloja, amidst other people who have come out to say, to advocate for don't protest. The truth is that there are many people who are speaking about going against peace, saying that people shouldn't go out, don't send your children out to protest, saying that it's by politicians, it's politically motivated. But then it also clearly shows that they are not in touch with the people. Did she have a chance to talk to these market women that she was speaking to and find out how they are really faring? The fact that the people who are selling the food cannot even eat the food they are selling because it is too expensive. So I wish that this advocacy came out when people were saying that they were hungry in whispers. Now that it's getting louder and it's becoming a thing that people are now saying, we want to go out and just express ourselves peacefully. They're now coming out to, appeal to them and say, no, let us see results. I've been saying, show working. We don't just want platitudes and, placating. We want action to be taken. And finally, I'll just say that she said something that I think, and a number of people have said it, that we should wait for 3 more years to criticize. No, that's not true. You don't. She says the federal government should be allowed to spend 3 years in office before being criticized. Not at all. How many months did they give the Jonathan administration before coming out to protest against subsidy removal?
Absolutely.
Please let us not gag the people in the guise of trying to advise people. People have a right to protest from day one if they want to, not wait for 4 years.
Absolutely. I asked a question earlier, Dr. Abati, are those measures enough? In the meantime, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, over the weekend, called on Nigerians to ignore a fake broadcast purportedly delivered by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, quoting him as announcing a 50% reduction in his salary and all other emoluments, while urging the vice president, Senate president, and all other top government officials to follow suit. Well, Ononuga said the message was the handiwork of mischief makers and from people bent on sowing confusion and chaos in the country. The fake broadcast also highlighted other measures which was said to be in the spirit of fiscal responsibility. They include: 1. The office of the First Lady will be scrapped to reduce unnecessary expenditures. 2. We will sell off several presidential aircraft that are currently idle, retaining only those essential for official duties. 3. Government ministries will be consolidated with a maximum of 36 ministers to streamline operations and reduce costs. 4. The fuel and electricity subsidies will be restored to provide immediate relief to our citizens while we work on long-term solutions to our energy challenges. 5. All government officials will be mandated to use locally manufactured products, including automobiles, to support our domestic industries and reduce foreign exchange outflows. 6. A significant reduction in the number of political appointees and aides across all levels of government. 7. The implementation of a comprehensive e-governance system to reduce bureaucracy and improve efficiency. 8. A review and renegotiation of all government contracts to ensure value for money. 9. The introduction of a performance-based budgeting system to ensure that every naira spent delivers tangible results for our people. 10. A freeze on non-essential foreign trips by government officials with a shift towards virtual meeting and conferences. While Bayo Ononuga has debunked this fake broadcast, I think it is a fantastic way to actually let the government know what our grievance is. These are some of the points that the youth are advocating for. We need good governance, and those are some of the measures, 10 of them beautifully written. Dr. Abati.
Well, I have my opinions on the other topics that have been taken, but let me deal with this very quickly. And it's as follows. That look, as you have said, yeah, it's a reflection of the expectations of Nigerians. Now, in other countries where there is a liquidity problem, where there is an issue with the economy, they say they are introducing squeeze. They are introducing austerity measures. This morning, Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor of the United Kingdom, is going to come out and say, look, the conservatives, they left a black hole of 20 billion pounds. And to solve the problem, we're going to cut public spending and we're going to introduce taxes. So they're going to cut fat. In Kenya, President Ruto has done a similar thing. Many Nigerians are also saying, look, there's too much fat in government.
Absolutely.
Government should, cut the fat, cut the leakages, cut the wastages.
That's it.
So that information may have been fake. It may have been deep fake or whatever fake they call it. But, it's just to remind everyone,
yes,
despite the mischief of it, that these are the expectations of Nigerians. Number 2, the people who have rebagging palliatives, they started again.
What nonsense.
They did it the other time, and it caused problems. One lady used palliatives for her birthday as gifts. She has been rewarded with a big appointment.
Yes,
let them not think that if you steal palliatives meant for Nigerian people, you will eventually be rewarded by government. The security agencies have been given this information. They should go after them.
Yes.
The people who are stealing our rice, it is our rice. They should make sure that they are sanctioned.
Absolutely.
For stealing
Dr. But he does not play with his jollof rice. It is our rice.
Number 3, very quickly, the Iyaloja. Well, the Iyaloja, some people will say it's a family affair.
Yes.
What do you expect her to see? But there are different perspectives. There are people who are supporting the protest. There are people who are opposing the protest. And our concern is very legitimate. You know, and the times are different. I don't agree with the comparison with Pelewura. Pelewura, 1865.
It's almost the same time.
Don't interrupt me.
Yes.
1865 to 1951, she was a fish trader, you know, in Lagos. And this was during the nationalist season. And she led the protest against taxation. She led the protest later of market women. And she helped with others to form the Lagos Women's Market Association in 1920. That National Lagos Women's Association, Market Women's Association, when she died in 1951, Abibatu Mogaji, the grandmother of this same lady, took over, and she was in charge. Now she's the one, the granddaughter, the president's daughter, that is in charge. In other words, I'm saying different times call for different interventions. Whatever you may say about what she has said, look, it's within her rights.
Yes.
She's a citizen. So whether she's the president's daughter or not is totally immaterial.
Right.
It's a point of view. And that will not probably stop those who say the protest must go on because it is a legitimate right to protest.
Yeah,
it's a constitutional right.
But I also wanted to make a comment and even a plea to the presidential spokespeople as well. I mean, that broadcast was fake, but they should look into it and stop going on different different platforms and making useless excuses. But also, Bayo Onanuga has come under fire as well because he's also debunking other people's statement. Yes, over the weekend he released a letter that was written by Owando saying Owando boss rumors about Ras Hasnia Oil Terminal Limited. Owando, Nigeria's leading indigenous oil firm, has debunked rumors that its directors are the owners of an oil blending plant in Malta. I mean, Rufai, what business does Bayo Onanuga have to debunk this sort of rumor? Is he working for Owando or is he working for the president? That's the question a lot of people are asking. I mean, we have seen this Raz story that has been going on after Dangote.
It's just crystal clear that when people do not have anything to do, they look for everything to do. That's just it. So I do not see the need for a presidential spokesperson to get himself. He's not the spokesperson for Owando. Owando has written their message out, and nobody's indicting his government, so that's what he should face.
All right. Shall we continue? I think we should continue on the protest. Well, in the meantime, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has been mobilizing Abuja youth and other stakeholders against joining the planned nationwide protest while inspecting a road project in the Abuja Municipal Area Council last week. Wike told residents not to join armed robbers to protest. Let's take a look.
How can I never follow these armed robbers for road? They say they want to do protest. Nothing like protest. Abuja never do protest. Abuja never do anything. What can I want in a good government also? And we are willing to give you good thank you, God bless you. Okay.
Wike has remained adamant. You saw that he said, no protest will happen in Abuja. What right does he have? Really? And now they are now armed robbers. I mean, these people have said that they are coming out for a peaceful protest. Even the president has backed a peaceful protest. Instead of him to be advocating for a peaceful protest as within our constitutional rights, he's saying that they are armed robbers. That's what people are saying on social media.
Like as if they'll come for a meeting, they say, okay, this is the position. Then you will come out and then go.
And then go.
We did not send you to say that there's no protest. It was that manage the situation. Not say something that is against the law, because Abuja residents can protest.
Peaceful
and Abuja
protest.
FCT is not excluded from peaceful protest in the constitution. Very important to note that. And actually, as Minister of FCT, he has the responsibility to ensure the safety of lives and property if people do want to exercise their rights to peaceful protest. I think it's important. And we keep talking about this information management. We shouldn't be behaving like emperors who just come out and say, I ban you from protest. You cannot cannot ban people from voting. You cannot tell people. In fact,
I don't understand
letter, you should go and address the letter.
That's from the Take It Back movement. I saw that.
That give us stadium we want to use. At least it's an enclosed space. We are not destroying anything. We just want to march around, carry our little placards, express our grievances, and go home.
That's the point. Yesterday on the morning show, again, like I told you, we had Inibehe Efio, who is a lawyer. Yeah. He's actually accused Wike of sponsoring the protest by blocking protesters from using that Eagle Square. I mean, this is the conversation. Well, in the meantime, Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election over the weekend, expressed support for the planned nationwide protest. Obi spoke when he visited Alex Oti, the governor of Abia, at his country home. Let's take a look.
On the issue of protest, within the Nigerian constitution, protest is allowed. All I plead for those who are protesting is to do so within the law and in a civil manner that allows us as a nation to show that we live within the law. You know, everybody knows the things that are difficult. I always say, when they talk about sponsors of the protest, I say the sponsors are very simple. It's hunger. It's hopelessness among the youths. So we all have to listen to what Nigerians are going through. And I thank our governor for doing so. It is critical and important.
Again, we have to listen to what the people are saying, like Peter Obi has said, but trust Bayo Ononuga to release a statement after this comment. He wrote, now that Peter Obi has come out to endorse the planned protest by his supporters, he should do what President Tinubu and former President Buhari did in the past by coming out openly to lead the protesters. That is what leadership is about, not playing the master puppeteer behind the scene. He should be in the forefront of the protest and help in curbing their possible excesses. So, in another development, Kenneth Okonkwo, who has been the spokesperson for the Labour Party presidential campaign, in a letter posted on X, criticized Peter Obi on his approach to party matters and accused him of failing to resolve the internal crisis rocking the party. His letter reads in part, every member of the Labour Party is confused today as to the future of the Labour Party because of lack of leadership from Peter Obi over the party. And unfortunately, when they look up to me to tell them about Peter Obi's standpoint, I sincerely have nothing to tell them because I don't know myself. I cannot continue to speak on behalf of a leader that I don't know his stance on issues of great importance. I simply don't know how to manipulate facts. I mean, you have seen this letter, Rufai, on social media. He talked about him being shocked that Peter Obi did not openly, endorse the efforts of Labour as well. Yeah. But obviously, Peter Obi has reacted. While you respond, I'll pull up Peter Obi's tweet.
He also said that Peter Obi does not have the capacity to be a leader. So the question I'd like to ask him is, did he not know before he decided to follow Peter Obi and sell Peter Obi to Nigerians? The question, like I always ask all of them, is what changed? That's a big question. So the same person that he said was competent, all of a sudden is no longer competent. So what changed? Maybe there's a problem with his own judgment.
Peter Obi responded to this. He said, I want to categorically and emphatically declare that Barrister Okonkwo remains my beloved brother and a trusted ally. I sternly caution against referring to him as a mole or making any negative remarks. Barrister Okonkwo has stood by me through thick and thin. Having differing views does not make someone an enemy, and it is crucial to engage in constructive dialogue rather than resorting to personal attacks or negative remarks. My message is clear and simple. Unity, respect, and civility must prevail, even in the face of disagreement and variance. I mean, I thought that was leadership, and this is a message from Peter Obi to his supporters in terms of Kenneth Okonkwo. He has stood by him. Go ahead, Dr.
Okay, thank you very much. The only thing to say is to commend Mr. Peter Obi's maturity.
Absolutely.
His maturity is remarkable.
Absolutely, as always. And that he really did show leadership. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.